How about everyone? In this new video I want to comment whether or not it is worth it you buy the Samsung Galaxy S7 or also the S7 Edge in full to OTA 4 to OTA 5. First of all, I will make it very clear to you that I am not going to focus on doing a review, or so to speak a revised. If not, I will simply comment whether or not it is worth purchasing the device, according to my experience, and according to my personal opinion. In terms of knowledge, with nothing more to say start, the first thing is that in terms of design, obviously leaves a phone already somewhat old, something obsolete. Because today we have a screen. Because almost without Marcos. But that for many people. It may not be so, read Alani. But I comment subjectively. I'm going to start commenting on the bad things on the phone, as of today, which may be a deficiency or it may be a problem. The first. Only received 2 years of Android upgrade. Originally came with Android 6.0 Marshmallow, and stayed with Android 8 Oreo. Unfortunately, as it did not receive any more updates, and in fact, there was news that almost after 6 years, received one last security update, which means that more than one were impressed with the S7 Edge. But back to the bad things. The telephone today, depending on how you have cared for it, may have a problem with the ghost screen, and this usually burns when they are misused. Maintain very high brightness, or kept exposed in extreme temperatures. This is very normal in Osamo when it has been going on for more than 5 or 6 years and that it has been misused. But well, another thing also bad to take into account is its storage. In fact, there are only 2 versions, 32 and 64 GB. Fortunately, it can put micro SD for you to have more space. But for the applications, there would be no on the memory card, but simply in the memory of the phone, and taking into account that most applications are raising a shape, impressive, in terms of size and weight. Maybe that the memory is. It goes away, it fills up quite quickly without realizing it. Let's say those points to be taken into account. Another thing that also seems wrong to me, but that has also been due to time, is that the phone itself is painful. For example, in terms of a fall, or in terms of a severe blow. The screen may suddenly be damaged or the rear part is made of glass. And well, getting into the good things, I think this first one is very good. Is the camera? The truth is that the camera today behaves great. That is, it is better than a current mid-range, because it has a very good camera, very good colors, and thanks to the screen, which is a supermolar, makes the colors very sharp. Also the video camera, which in fact selects 60 frames per second, and the good thing is that it can record in up to 4K, obviously at 30 SE 30 frames per second. There is also another. It is possible that many apps say you can no longer use this phone. And a piece of advice I give you is to look for someone who specializes in ROMs, flashes and all that. Suddenly, you can have a ROM like this one that has Android 10 and with that can better enjoy the experience, and the good thing is that takes away many unnecessary things. Another very good thing is in terms of the screen, because that is one of the few phones that the truth is not has some Marcos very pronounced, and that as soon as the design compensates very much, because it is a very nice phone, and who does not feel uncomfortable. In fact, it is one of the lightest phones in the world that I have learned about being a high-end, because I have already discovered others that are somewhat heavy, which in fact mine is a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and it is quite heavy, but good. I have nothing more to comment on this phone. It behaves very well, in fact it is not slow. Before it is very fast. But they must also take into account one thing before buying it, and depending on the region where you buy it, or the country where it comes from, is that comes with two processors. Snapdragon comes with Exynos. The Snapdragon 820 is only available if the cell phone is brought from the United States, China, or in some very specific regions such as Japan, with its operator NTTDOS. And that can be a problem, because the Exynos is having some performance problems. So some of them overheat. Others do not behave as they should. And my recommendation is with Paloi with Smart Dragon. In this unit that I am showing in the video, Exynos is 8810. And he has behaved well. But I know that with Snapdragon it behaves even better. And so nothing. The only thing I am going to tell you is that it is worth buying. But these things must be taken into account, especially the internal memory. If you can buy the 64GB, if you can, much better. And the good thing is that you can returns all things to micro SD, except for applications, and that would leave a lot of memory. In fact, the phone I know you to modify the system to run Android 10 can last about 2 more years without any problems, because the phone is extremely complete, extremely good, compact, a very good screen, although obviously it has the Marcos. But it is a good option if you plan to buy a second-hand phone, and obviously checks his condition. And nothing. If you like this video, let me know with a like, subscribe here to the little bell at all, and see you next time.